This is my Coptic bound antique Cyrillic dictionary junk journal. I bought these in Shanghai, China, where we live, from a bookseller here, but they are from Eastern Europe, and they're antique. They're so lovely. They've got really great antiquing on the spine. This is volume 4. And then the whole book is just fantastic. It has brass edges, which you can see up close in the pictures on the site. And then I did decorative tape here on the edge, on the inside of the journal. And then these are the pieces that you get with the journal. This is a hand stencil that I did of a woman in, it's such a cool, I don't know, think of this as sort of a Thai image, but this is an antique book too. But I did this stencil on this page for you. And then this is an overlay of my clown and ballerina drawing that I drew this drawing. It's for sale in magnet form on my website too. And I just think it's such a romantic image. It's one of my very, very favorite images. One of the first things I ever drew that I then mass produced for sale on my magnets. So that's, and it's on the original page from one of these manuscripts. Now I'm going to take you through every single page of this journal and give you a sense of it and the history of it. This is a cotton paper. These are Coptic bound journals, meaning that there's zillions and zillions of signatures, and then they're sewn to each other, not to a spine. So it's a very, very sturdy book. Watercolor paper, this beautiful store-bought paper that I got here in China. This is handmade paper. This is a soybean bag that I rescued out of a village, a local village here in Shanghai, and I love it, and I thought it'd be so much fun to put it in a journal, so I did. You could sew on this. It's more like fabric than it is like paper. More of that handmade paper. This beautiful paper that I just bought right before we're about to move home, but I bought it. This is a repair. I constantly repair bags if I save them and I love them. So, and I leave the repairs for you. I actually like journals better when they have those human touches in them. I must have been really in love with this bag. This is Lee Shore Coffee. This is a Shanghai company, and it's in English. It's so strange. I love this Chinese red. And again, I leave all the distress on the bags. When I take handles off of bags or whatever, I don't bother to disguise that. I think that the more history there is in a journal, the stronger the product that you create out of it. This is more of that beautiful cotton paper. Gold paper. This is construction paper that I had to build to be big enough to be in here because this journal is so humongous. Navy blue paper, which I just love. And this is such a pretty bag. I love this sort of Van Gogh-ish image on there. This is a page from the original manuscript. If you want to see what this dictionary page says, you download a photo translator on your telephone, and then you can just take a photograph of it, and it'll put all these words into your mother tongue. I'm assuming that's English, but and then you would see what these things say. Because I live in a place where I can't speak the language or understand the characters, I use a photo translator all the time. I love this green, and I particularly love it against black. So this is another commercial bag here from Shanghai with lots of distress on the inside. I leave all that for you. So your book has a huge pedigree because it has all this history in it before you even get started on it. This is one of my all-time favorite bags, and I couldn't wait to use it. Organic work. I don't know if this is a food company or a clothing company here in Shanghai, but I love the orange color, and I love the word organic work. I think it's a cool word. And I've only seen one of these bags, so there's only one. It was a huge bag, but it was only just the one, and I was so in love with it, I couldn't wait to use it. This is handmade paper, and it's super duper textured. This is a Uniqlo bag, which is a super popular Japanese company here in Shanghai. Really pretty green. This I love this paper. It's super nice paper. This pearlescent paper is also really nice. I just ordered that. It took forever to get here. It was from some far-flung part of China. Fermenter is really popular. I think it's a bakery, but I'm not sure about that. It could be a cheese company. Anyway, there's lots of these bags here on my compound. Ooh, I gave you a second one of these. I didn't know I did that. This is also an overlay, an image of a woman on the front of a Vanity Fair. And it's on an original piece of this manuscript, and I tucked it in here on purpose, and I'd just forgotten that I'd done that. So anyway, you've got that extra piece in your, oops, I'm just gonna leave it up here, in your book. Red construction paper, and more handmade paper. And then this is a Sam's Club bag from Shanghai. I love this bag. I think it's hilarious. Sam's is a hugely popular company here. Everybody, like, you can't even get in there on the weekend. It's so busy over there. This is what the book looks like from the side. You can see that the binding is completely free. I bind these to the cover, not to the binding. So anyway, and it always lies completely flat. So whenever you're working on it, you're not fighting with the binding. I think these cartoon graphics are hilarious here. This is where I buy my coffee here in Shanghai. Pete's is an American company, I think. But anyway, I absolutely love Pete's bags. I don't think this is one of my bags. I think somebody else in my compound shopped there, and I rescued that bag. I never buy in this volume. I only buy like two little sacks of espresso beans. I love this. I love this bag. And I said on some other video, these are like bunnies and kitties together, which I don't think of those two creatures as getting along very well, but there it is. This is an original piece of the manuscript. Again, I've sent it into your book so that you got a sense of what the book actually looked like when it was still functioning as a dictionary. I love this green. It's such a pretty forest green on this book. This is copper paper, which I think is so pretty against the greens. And I think this is a food company here in Shanghai. I love this paper. I bought it in like every single color. It wasn't expensive at all, but that's because I'm here in China. I'll be back in the US where things cost crazy amounts. This is so pretty. This is a Zara bag, which everybody in my compound shops Zara, including my son. I don't buy anything there, but my son does. I repaired this. Again, I leave my little repairs in there so that you can see the humanity of the work. I love this burgundy paper. And the other half of your Zara bag. And then this gold marbling on this red paper is so cool. And watercolor paper. And pink of that gorgeous paper. This is an Armani bag. I can't afford to shop Armani at all, but certainly not in this volume. But this was a massive Armani bag that I cut down to fit in this journal. I go digging around in the garbage all the time here in our compound. So the workers in the compound are quite fond of me because I'm the only resident who actually does that. There's, I don't know, probably 15,000, 20,000 people who live here. None of them dig around in the garbage but me. I think this is such a cool bag. I guess it's meant to be sort of an eye twisty thing, but I think it's really nifty. I don't know what this company is, so, but it's cool. And there's a lot of people in my compound that like whatever that food item is because I see it all the time. Albergo is this fabulous trattoria that's right around the corner from our flat that's owned by these really cool Chinese, Italian dudes who are so dear. My dad is like some big explorer, and they're such cool guys. Anyway, they've come here and started this Italian restaurant that's super packed all the time now. Super good pasta there. This is such a pretty bag. I love the black and peach, and then the two different colors, like the turquoise and the sort of teal color, are really cool together. And black paper, which is one of my favorite kinds of paper because you can do really cool things with like black and white photographs on black paper, or you can use white paint pens on that kind of paper, and I think it's great fun. This has got sort of a wonderful sort of lizard texture on it that I'm not sure you can really see that well. And then this is a Chinese Ferrero Rocher bag. So somebody bought chocolate in this and gave it to somebody in my compound, and then I rescued the bag. And I love the burgundy, the very, very dark blood red. So I put another like a wine color page in against that Ferrero Rocher bag. And then this is a Chinese Starbucks bag, which is where my husband and I go on date nights all the time. So that's not from I don't buy coffee in that amount, but, and that's the other pass, the other part of the Starbucks bag, and then the back couple of pages of your journal. And then I did decorative tape back here. This is the back of your journal, and the spine again. And this is the Cyrillic Junk Journal volume number 3.